Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it to another Friday somehow. All right. So, first things first, I'm going to go through the agenda for today and everything we've done this week so far. All right. So, Monday, we started onto your project. Last week, you picked your two pieces the choice pieces that you picked, the two, and we are going to start working on those next week. So, if you still haven't turned in your project contract that was due, I believe, last week, you need to get that part done, and you do need to fill out the parts for each week that we're working on it because that is your outline for how you're going to be working on this for the rest of the quarter. My example is on, I think, Wednesday of last week, so if you still haven't done that yet, get that done before Monday. Then, this Monday, we started onto your essay with a brainstorm, and you finished up some writing for the end of the Anne Frank play. I have great news. I found the movie that we would have typically watched in class together on, can't tell you yet because you might go find it. However, because it is TV 14, in class I have to have a permission slip from your parents for you to watch it. So same thing goes for me supplying it for you for remote learning. So if you are interested in watching the Anne Frank movie, and I will sell it forever because it is one of the best adaptations of her story because it covers the entirety of the play, and then obviously, as we know, since we read the play and the ending, they are taken away by Nazis, and we can assume, obviously, that they're going to a concentration camp. The movie follows them as they go through those stages. So really, the part in hiding is only a little bit of it. I think it's a third of it, and the rest of it is what happens afterwards. So it is a really good movie. It's a made-for-TV movie, so it's 3 hours long. It's pretty long, but it was broken into series at some point, but as a DVD, it's just one DVD. So in the classroom, it would take us about 3 days to watch, but I can supply you the link for the movie if you would like to watch it at home. All you need is a computer. It is free. And on Monday, I will put up on the classroom the permission slip. And basically, the digital version of that would be you reading through it with your parent, and your parent sending me an email and saying, I give my child, my student, permission to watch it, and then I will share the link with you so you guys can watch it. It's a really good one. You really would like it. It really helps put everything in perspective and help you understand it more. So I will go through that again on Monday's video, but that's a heads up of what's coming next week. So again, rewind. This Monday we started onto your essay. You did the Anne Frank culminating writing and the brainstorm. You also had, I think I put up 8 examples of past student essays that were pretty good. They were either a 2, 3, or a 4. And I hoped that you read 3 to 4 of those or skimmed them because I wanted you to, so you had an idea of this essay. A lot of you have asked me questions about it, which is great, fantastic. Don't stop asking questions. But those are really helpful for you to get an idea of how students have done this before and how you might want to do it. So sometimes you get inspiration from other people's writing saying, oh, I like that. I might do something similar. Oh, I know I don't want to do that. It's okay. So Monday, you did your brainstorm. You should have been reading all week in your Lit Circle book. Today is Friday, and you should be 3/4 of the way through it. Yay! You only have 1/4 left. Okay, so Wednesday you did your outline, and you should have written your first draft of your essay. I am going to bet that a lot of you did not write your first draft of your essay by today, so you have until Monday. Monday we are going to edit, revise, and finalize that so that Wednesday and Friday of next week can be devoted to working on the project. I know that essay is a part of the project, but the pieces that you chose of the project and your Lit Circle book. Okay, so today, nothing new with the essay, so that if you haven't started the draft yet, but you've only done the outline, that you can do that today. And then you have 2 pieces for your Lit Circle book, like every Friday. You have your individual. It's a little bit shorter this week. You're welcome. And then your group. I'm just going to alternate every week. So the first week I had you do Padlet, the thing where you went to the link and you typed out your response. You double-clicked on the wall. It's kind of like a Facebook, I suppose. It's a discussion board. And you have 2 posts there. This time I have your individual post and you have to respond to one other person's, because I know that's tricky for some people that are the first person to post. And it looked like not a lot of people did the work 2 Fridays ago, but that's up to them. So you have individual and your group on Padlet today again, and I believe that's it. And then going into next week, you need to have your draft of your essay. And again, it's your first draft. If it's a not great draft, that's okay. That's the point of a first draft. And next week, you'll start reading your last quarter of the book, so you'll finish it next week. Okay, I think that's it for the schedule. Big Reminder that if you still haven't sent me your purple sheet for registration for high school, send that to me. All you need to do is take a photo of it and email it to me, make sure it's clear. I will tell you if I need it resent. I think I said that to one student, but they haven't resent it yet, because there's no sense of me posting or sending it on to Central if it's not readable or not legible. So make sure it's clear. I'll tell you if I need it resent. And then other than that, I think that's it. I think you know that we are not going back to school now. That was officially stated earlier this week, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday. And we're ending a week early. We're going to end on the 15th, actually, the day the project is due. So, and then I believe, we don't know the details yet, but there will be some kind of returning Chromebooks and going to get stuff from lockers and stuff and classrooms and things like that. So I don't have any other details besides that. When I do, I'll share them with you. And I'll go through the questions that you had for today. Number 1, how's the fish? He's good. He's alive. He's kicking. He's up. I always do that. Right. Oh, there. He's good. Torp is good. When will school end? I just went over that, so good question. The 15th, and we'll figure out that last week and what it looks like to get stuff back. Favorite Chinese food? Ooh. I like all Chinese food. I really do. Mongolian chicken right now is my favorite. It's spicy and great. I like beef and broccoli. I like cashew chicken. I like wontons. I like them all. I like all Chinese food. Favorite coffee? The one that I make. Actually, no, that's a lie. The one that somebody else makes for me. Let's see. My typical coffee order is some kind of non-fat latte with half the pumps of syrup because everything is way too sweet. Or I did try that. What's that new coffee that's all over some kind of social media that I don't understand? The fluffy coffee. I tried one of those. Very sweet, but pretty good. So my favorite coffee is every coffee. Surprise, surprise. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been? This year I went to the Virgin Islands. That was a lot of fun. So I'd say St. John in the Virgin Islands is the most beautiful place I've ever visited. I hope to visit some other beautiful places, but for now, that is the most beautiful place I've ever been, and it was really cool. Favorite donut? Good question. My favorite donut is a cake donut. I really don't like flour donuts or raised donuts. A cake donut with frosting and rainbow sprinkles, or a Boston cream pie. Those are good too. Or a cruller. See, I like a lot. Timber asked an interesting question, but I'm not going to answer his question because he didn't answer my 2 questions on the check-in that day. But roasted. Favorite song? It's by Rusted Root, which nobody has ever heard of, and it's called Send Me On My Way. It's a good one. Those of you that watched when I was in Miss Allie's classroom and we were watching Matilda while you guys were doing, I think, your clay pieces or something, that song is in that movie. So if you listen to it, that might be where you're thinking you've heard it from. Is there a specific amount of research we need? That's a really good question. I'm guessing that is dealing with either your essay or your project, either one, and I can answer both of those. Your question went on and it said, is it just personal preference or is there a certain amount? And I'd say it's personal preference, depending on what your topic is for each of your 2 that you chose. Let's say I chose a diary. If I don't want to do that with my Lit Circle novel, like if I don't want to tie in my Lit Circle novel to that, then I need to do a little bit of research to see who's the perspective going to be from, what's their name, what's an appropriate name, where are they from, what's the time period. So I will need to do some background research, and I have a video for you on Monday that shows you how to go through my website that I created, and there's one link on there, the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, and I go through the ID card section, and that will be really helpful for that. So the research will be based on, kind of like you said in your question, your personal preference and the choices that you made for your project. So I will be there to help all week long for that project when we start next week. But if you want to get a jump start on that, there's a little bit of a heads up. Okay. All right, I think I went through everything that you need to know before Monday. There's a little bit of work to get done today. Unless you saved it all up for today, then there's a lot of work to get done today. So go back to that work from home schedule that you made. If you are struggling this week, I lightened up your load this week, so you shouldn't be super behind in this class, and gets a little bit easier from here because it is all about your project soon. So it is all determined on what you chose and how you want to do it. Okay, happy Friday. Have a great weekend.